In this video, I am showing you guys in interior and exterior detail that a local mobile auto detailer did on the Prius that I drive on a day-to-day basis. And you guys are going to get to see this entire process. We're going to get to critique it, see what he did well, see what maybe he could improve on. And of course, if you are local to the Nashville area, I am going to link up his contact info below, just in case you guys are looking to get an interior detail. Now, you guys are looking at the before of this Prius. This is my daily driver that I take to and from pretty much anywhere. No, it's not my only car. It's just the one that I don't care about. I beat it up. I rarely ever wash it or detail it, and it works well for videos like this. Now, my friend who operates a local mobile detailing business here has 2 employees that work for him, and they started with the outside. Now, this particular detail is a basic interior and exterior detail. Nothing fancy, no extracting, no steaming, just your basic washing, protecting, and of course on the interior, basic cleaning and dressing. Now, as he moves around the car, he is using a very powerful pressure washer, something like 3,500 PSI, moves around, wets everything down, washes everything off as much as he can just with the pressure washer, and then starts to foam it down, and his employees start to actually work on washing it. No pre-foaming rinse, just straight to the wash, which is totally fine on a vehicle like this because this is my crap car. I don't care about it. It's something that is already really beat up. Now, they do start with the exterior rather than the interior, but when they start with the exterior, they only wash it and get the minor details. They don't move to sealing it yet. It's a simple, basic wash. Now, as they move around the vehicle, no, there's nothing like the 2-bucket method or anything being done like that. Like I said, this is a basic interior-exterior detail, and I asked him what he would charge for a detail like this, and he said somewhere around $80 to $90. So, of course, there's a time frame and a constraint that they're trying to stay within based on that price point. Now, after the foaming down and agitation wash, they go ahead and start to rinse it down. And you could see just a little bit earlier, they did open the engine and blast the engine to clean it at a very surface level. Now, as he washes off the car, something I was thinking is that the pressure washer is a little close to the paint for my liking, but he definitely knew what he was doing and is comfortable with his own tools. That being said, I would be a little wary about blasting it in the engine or too close to the paint. Now, after the exterior wash, he went ahead and moved to the interior, first washing the weather mats while the other guys were working on the inside, blowing some things out, vacuuming some things out, and using some chemical to spray down things like the surface level of the door jambs. Now, as he cleans the floor mats, it's very straightforward, spraying the chemical on, drill brushing those floor mats, and washing them off. Now, at the same time that this was happening, his employees were walking around the car and drying off the car. No, there was no clay bar treatment included in this particular package, which is worth noting that a basic interior-exterior detail for the average mobile detailer, it doesn't include a deep engine cleaning. It doesn't include deep wheelbarrow cleaning, right? There was no interior of the wheelbarrows cleaned. It was just the face of the wheels. And there's no things like clay bar. They just move from washing to drying, and that's part of this basic package. It actually makes a lot of sense. The only thing that I might say is to be careful drying it with the same microfiber towel, moving from those lower rocker panels up to those higher areas, simply because that leftover dirt that may not have come off with the wash and definitely didn't come off with a clay bar because it wasn't used might be dragged up to those more, let's say, higher areas of the car that are not quite as scratched. Now, like I said, they do move to the door jambs, but this is a very surface level door jamb cleaning in that they're not using a detail brush to get in the, cracks and crevices and tiny areas that you can't fit your hand. Just the basic surface level door jamb cleaning of the door jambs that you see most obviously when you walk in the door. In addition to that, they are using a sort of, let's say, wax sealant, synthetic, easy to get product from Turtle Wax from any AutoZone or automotive parts or chemical retailer like Walmart, things like that. So this isn't some crazy detailing specific tool, more of a consumer grade product. And once again, something that makes sense for this basic level detail. In addition to that, they then move to the interior fully after the entire car is wiped off. They make sure to wipe off the glass actually before the paint, even though I switched it around in this video. And the first thing they do when they move to the interior is start to utilize that air compressor. The air compressor is used to blow out all of the upholstery, the carpet, those tiny cracks and crevices, and really they use that air compressor not to blow everything out of the car, but rather to stir up dirt that is in the hard to reach areas. I noticed that he wasn't vacuuming the dirt up as he was blowing it out, didn't have somebody cleaning up all the dirt he was blowing around, but rather it was to blow out those areas that otherwise would be really difficult to reach, so that that dirt is blown to the back of the car and it's easier to vacuum up that dirt between the seats. The same is true of the cracks and crevices and the creases around the upholstery. He was blowing out the creases so that when they came to vacuum, all of that dirt was obvious and apparent, and it would be really easy to clean up. Now, he then moved to the door panels and sprayed all of the door panels and, of course, interior pieces with the chemical that he was using, which was definitely very heavily diluted. The only thing I would maybe be a little concerned about here is spraying that navigation screen with chemical head on like that, or spraying those buttons head on with the chemical. The air compressor is, of course, a sort of safety measure as well as a helpful detailing tool here because it instantly dries things out. But like many of you guys know, yes, you can get some chemical down in the cracks and creases of the buttons that can start to damage things, especially on a car like this, which is already kind of damaged because it's old, right? This is almost a 10-year-old car, and with older vehicles, the electrical components start to wear out naturally, and even if the detailer isn't at fault, but those electrical components start to wear out after the detail, they can be blamed for things like that, and it's very easy to be blamed for things like that when you are spraying things directly onto those more sensitive areas. Then, of course, one of his employees started to vacuum as he was continuing to blow out the rest of the interior. As you can see, those things were happening at the exact same time. Now, like I said, there's no extraction or steaming happening here, but rather just a surface level chemical cleaning and using the air compressor to blow out all of the cracks and crevices, which speaks a lot to how easy it can be to get into the detailing business for those of you who are starting out. This basic detail took nothing more than a good air compressor, a couple detailing brushes, the chemical that you prefer using on the interior, and microfiber towels and a vacuum. That is such a basic way to get involved, and make sure that you guys go below in the YouTube description box to grab my Essential Detailing Toolbox, which is the top 12 tools and products of 2022 that you need in order to get into the detailing business. It's going to give you an entire PDF document of every tool, product that you need so that you guys don't have to waste money on stuff that doesn't work. It can be so confusing to get into the detailing industry when you're looking at people like this who have all the right tools, all the right products, but I've taken the time to list those things out for you so you do not have to wonder about which ones to get. You can jump in, grab them immediately, and start detailing. Like I said, the necessary tools and products to do a detail like this is nothing more than 4 or 5 tools and products for the entire detail. It's pretty amazing that it can be done just like that. Now, I like to use a steamer on interior areas as well as an air compressor, but like I said, to make the detail ultra easy and ultra basic to fall within that $80 price point as well as, let's say, time frame, the air compressor is such a great tool to use, and I will be hooking one up below that I think is worth your time. Now, as we're moving to the end of this video, yes, they finished up with a very simple vacuum and dried some of the smaller, let's say, more cracks and crevices areas of the interior and exterior, but this is what the after looks like. You can see, yes, there's still some staining because, once again, no extraction, no steaming involved in this detail, just a surface level basic cleaning. There is, of course, huge improvement in terms of surface level dust, grease, grime, and things on the carpet and upholstery. But outside of that, a very basic detail. Like I said, guys, go below in the YouTube description box, click that link and grab my Essential Detailers Toolbox, teaching you guys how to get started for less than $500. If you like videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button because we talk about detailing business every single week on the Wilson Auto Detailing channel. And as always, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you in the next video.